Welcome everyone to the Shadow Hearth. Today's reading is not a light one, but it is a necessary one. We're diving into the ancestral echoes that live in your bones. The pain you were born to feel, hold and alchemise, not as punishment but as transformation. You will be offered 3 piles. Let your body guide you to the one that speaks. Don't overthink it. The card will call to you for the pile that's meant for you. For today's reading, I'll be weaving together wisdom from a few powerful decks, each chosen for their ancestral depth and their voice in the unseen. I will primarily be reading from the Wildwood Tarot, a deck rooted in the ancient forests, the wheel of the year, and the deep bone wisdom of the land. It speaks in archetypes older than story, and it's perfect for exploring what echoes through our bloodlines. And for moments that call for something deeper, more raw or unfiltered, I may pull from the Mary L Tarot. So this one doesn't whisper, it roars. It's where we go when the shadow wants to speak plainly. And each pile will be visually anchored by a card from the Oak, Ash and Thorn Tarot, a softer woodland spirit deck that brings a gentleness to the threshold. And finally, to close each reading, I will be drawing an oracle card from the Wisdom of the Shadow deck, offering you a reflection, a blessing, or a truth to carry with you as you begin the alchemy. As always, take what resonates, leave the rest, like offerings at the forest's edge. So, before we begin, I just want to do an opening invocation. I call in the ancestors, those of bone and blood, those of spirit and story. I honour the pain carried across generations and the courage it takes to feel what once was unfelt. May these cards speak with truth. May they meet you where you are. May what is revealed be held in kindness. And may you remember, you are the dream of those who came before. You are the alchemist of their ache. Okay, so let me just give this a shuffle and pick our 3 anchoring cards. Okay, 6 ones. Okay, so So for pile 1, we have the Hermit, for pile 2, the 3 of Pentacles, and for pile 3 we have the Queen of Swords. So take a breath, maybe close your eyes and choose the pile that whispers back. I'll give you a moment to feel into that and pick your piles, and there will be timestamps in the description box for you to get to your reading. Hi, pile number 1, and welcome to your reading. So you guys were drawn to the Hermit. So let me just pop that to the side for the moment. And we will start your reading. Okay, so the first card I'm going to draw is representing the ancestral pain. This is the wound your lineage carries, the core story you've inherited, whether spoken or not. Okay, I think it's that one. Second card is going to represent how it lives in you. So this is how that ancestral wound plays out in your life, the way it whispers through your thoughts, patterns, and relationships. And the third card is going to represent the shadow. It's that one. So this card is the part of you that resists or hides from the pain, what you've pushed down or feared to feel. And then the fourth card is representing the alchemy. This is how you begin to transform it. The path of healing, not by erasing the pain, but by witnessing it fully and choosing differently. Okay, so for the ancestral pain, oh, it's glary. We have the 10 of stones in home. Okay, as soon as I draw this, I heard not feeling like you have a home. We've got the Hermit here, and the depiction of this cave and the 10 of stones here. It makes me feel like the Hermit's cave. Like the Hermit's in the cave, kind of hiding away, feeling on the outside. So I feel like this really speaks to coming home to yourself, and being able to feel secure and safe in the world. It feels as if you may feel quite lonely at times. or you feel on your own. Even when you're in groups of people, you may feel like slightly like an outsider, like you're having to hide your true self to fit in. And ultimately, not following your true self, that inner guidance, the inner wisdom that you've gained. Let me just actually, I feel drawn to maybe pull one from the Marielle. No. Yeah, it feels like the ancestral pain here is not fully using the wisdom that you have inside. Holding back in order to feel safe and secure, but it's almost like a false safety and security. It's not actually truly what you feel inside that you should be doing or you should be saying. Let's just see. Yeah, so we have the Knight of Discs. Sorry, let me hold that up. And for me, this is saying that it's almost like your ancestral pain is you are the dependable person in people's lives. You work hard, you do the right thing, you do what's expected of you. You're strong, dependable, and honest, and those are all fantastic qualities. But there's something here about you dulling down your own light in order to be that light for other people in your life. And this has been going on, well, obviously it's ancestral, but since you were a child you felt like this. It's like since you were a child you've known a certain path you maybe want to take, what you would actually like your legacy to be, if you like, but you've not been able to get there yet. There's been this pullback from, like I say, shining your own light, following your own path, using all the wisdom you've gained. It's like you're hiding away a bit. You're not putting yourself out there, and you're sticking to like your familial or societal expectations in order to feel safe and secure. So let's now look, that's sort of gone into a bit about how it lives in you. The pain here I definitely feel is, you know, doing the work, being everything for everybody else, but not doing that necessarily for yourself when you want to break out of that. How it lives in you, we have the Five of Bows here with empowerment, and I feel that this is really an inner conflict that you're having with yourself over this. There's times when you feel inside your spirit is saying, I'm going to be selfish, I'm going to do what I want to do, I'm going to step outside the norm because this is what I want to do. But then it's that argument where there's a fear around actually doing that. There's a fear around becoming empowered and completely stepping into doing or being what you want to be in the world, because you're going back into this cave, back into your comfort zone, back into doing everything for everybody else and being that strong, dependable person that everybody can rely on. And there's a pressure there for having to do that. And yeah, there's this internal conflict. So there's times when you really feel the urge to step outside that comfort zone and to grow. But when we step outside our comfort zone, growth is painful, change is painful. And I feel though more here, rather than you being worried about that, it's more about it affecting the people that rely on you so much. So there may be a pattern of you maybe starting things trying to follow that path that you've got inside, but then not completing it, pulling back and going back into the safe and the dependable, what you can rely on. Even though your intuition is subtly, constantly trying to guide you, you're pulling back from that. So you may feel that kind of push and pull in your life. That's how it's living within you. And again, there may be that aspect of beginning to go there and getting so far, then stopping and pulling back and going back into the same old, the same routines. So let's look at how the shadow part, the part of you that resists or hides from the pain, what you've pushed down or feared to feel. Yeah. We've got the Four of Bows, celebration. So it's interesting where we've got the Hermit, which is astrologically associated with Virgo, an earth sign. We have the discs and the stones, earth signs, which is that, like the earthy, like dependable, secure signs, all about resources, your time, your energy, your money, everything all seems to fit nicely there. But when we look at how the ancestral pain of this is living out in your life, we've got the fire, which is your spirit, your will, your passions and desires. So there's definitely that push and pull between these two elements within you. And with the Four of Bows and celebration, it's like you find it difficult to celebrate yourself. There's also a feeling here of although you've got the security and the safety that you've built, it's not bringing you happiness. It's not giving you cause for this celebration. You're not doing what brings you joy, really, and it's almost like the fear there of stepping into what you actually want to do, the path that you actually want to take, what you actually want to create in this world. And those desires that you have, you've been pushing those down, and that therefore going back to this earth energy here, and that is, like I say, I just keep feeling push and pull, and that's hard. There's almost like this inner argument that goes on quite frequently. There could be big periods of time where you're doing the status quo, going through the motions, you know, doing all the mundane things in the world that we all need to do, and then you'll get that spark and that urge to change, to do something different, to allow your security to come and your safety to come from something new that has to be built, or path that has to be taken. But this push and pull, sorry, I keep saying push and pull, but I keep getting that in my head. So let's now look at the fourth card here, which is how you can begin to transform this. What is the path of healing for you? A way to reconcile this. And here we have, sorry, the glare, the Forest Lovers. And for me, this is speaking to bringing that harmony in. It's about letting your past meet the present and use that for how you want to move forward now. Reconciling this path that you've been on. It's almost, I'm getting from this card, we have it's like we've got the fire here and the earth just with these colours, and it's about handfasting these, bringing these together in balance. So it's about choosing what you truly want to be committed to. We can still go after our passions and our desires and balance, you know, we, like I say, we all need to do the mundane things, and we all often have a lot of responsibility and a lot of other people that rely on us, and we can still do that and stay true to ourselves. Take the time for introspection. What is it that you actually want to do? And come out of this hermit's cave, come out from hiding, and know that you can build that safety and security, whatever it is that you choose to do. But it's definitely about, you have to make the choice. You have to choose what you actually want to be committed to, and know that you can balance these two elements of fire and air. And by doing that, that will help heal some of this energy about not stepping out your comfort zone and helping you come into your full potential. There's an ancestral pain here of not actually stepping into your full potential by keeping yourself small and safe. So by doing the work in this card, bringing that balance and being committed to what you actually want to do, what you actually want to be, what you actually want to create, what is it that you desire, because you have the potential to do it. And by reconciling that within yourself and having the balance there, small steps, small steps, and that will help begin to heal all this. Out of interest, I feel again drawn to draw a card from the Muriel to accompany. Card 4. Yeah, we've got the Queen of Discs. This card's instantly making me feel that with the way the roots are all over her here, the roots are like pulling at her lip, pulling her nose. It's like feeling pulled in all these different directions, and where your resources are having to be spread, you know, your time, your energy, having to earn the money, having to do all the things, like I say, that we have to do in life, all our responsibilities. But it's about not forgetting yourself. She's crying here. It's important to think about yourself as well. Because when you step into this and, you know, start focusing more on yourself and your own needs, I feel that's definitely where you're going to start feeling more at home and more where you're supposed to be, and not feeling like that outsider, not feeling alone, like everybody else can get what they want, everybody else can be successful, everybody else can follow their dreams, but I can't. But you can. And it's about reconciling this within yourself and starting to take the steps. And it will be painful. I don't, like, not physically, I hope not, but it you know, like I say, whenever we start to make changes or start to follow our true paths or follow our desires, there is a hesitation because it isn't easy. And you can feel, when you start to get those feelings, you can feel like it's the wrong choice you've made. But that's the growth, that's the feeling of growth. Growth's never easy, unfortunately. And it's about staying strong, celebrating those milestones when you get to them. And that's what I feel your ancestors are asking of you, what they want. They want you to step into your full potential. They want you to start thinking of yourself more and going after what you want. Stop keeping yourself small, stop isolating yourself, stop doing everything for everybody else. And start carving out some time for you and your dreams and your desires. And lastly, as we close up this reading, for all of you guys that picked pile number 1, let's just draw a final oracle card from the Wisdom of the Shadows. So this is a gift your ancestors offer you now, and what they want you to know as you begin to do this work. And we've got intrusion, and this to me really sums up the way, almost like all the roots here on the Queen of Discs. It's like all these people grabbing, all these people like almost sucking all your energy. And there's all this fire, all this potential, all these passions and desires around you, but you're hiding yourself from it, purely because everyone else is taking so much from you and you're letting them. And I get it. I think we are also guilty of this at times, some more than others though. It's an intrusion into your dreams and into your energy, and it feels really important for you to try and, you know, drop those arms, start pushing back a little. And again, that's not easy, because when people are used to being able to take and used to you always being there, they don't like it when that stops. It's about almost like a re-educating people about your availability and your, you know, your new boundaries that you want to set. But it's time to stop so much of this intrusion from everybody else and to really start following that fire inside. Taking time for yourself and doing what you want to do so that you can reach the potential that you feel that you have inside of you and what you want to do. And you can do it. Like I say, none of this is easy. Start small. Think about how you could take a step by doing that now. And I wish you so much luck with it. I really hope this reading helps. And I will see you soon. Bye. Hi Pile 2, this is your reading, a welcome, and this is your reading if you picked the second pile and were drawn to this card, the Three of Pentacles. So we'll just pop that there just now, and I will just draw your tarot cards from this deck. So the first card we're going to draw is going to represent the ancestral pain. So this is the wound your lineage carries, the core story you've inherited, whether spoken or not. And the second card is how it lives in you. So this is how that ancestral wound plays out in your life, the way it whispers through your thoughts, patterns, and relationships. Okay. And then the third card is the shadow. So this is the part of you that resists or hides from the pain, what you've pushed down or feared to feel. And then the fourth card is the alchemy. This is how you begin to transform it, the path of healing, not by erasing the pain, but by witnessing it fully and choosing differently. But I also felt this one, so I'm going to take that one as well for this. Okay. So let's have a look at the ancestral pain. So we have the Page of Bows, the Stoat. Okay, and I also feel like I want to draw a card from the Mariel deck. What I'm initially feeling here is that there's an element of feeling that you've got to do everything yourself. You don't like to accept help. There's a real essence of totally going it alone here. And we have the Ten of Discs. It feels like you know what you want in life, you know where you want to get to. But there's very much an essence of feeling like you have to do it all on your own, not letting other people in, not letting other people help you. The thought of collaboration is just something you would struggle with. But it feels like you get to a certain point in your endeavours and you're maybe feeling like you're not totally getting there. I get this feeling of almost like a pattern of starting again, starting something new. You know, always exploring, always being adventurous. Seeing and knowing where you want to get to. And that's what drives you, but there's a real difficulty with letting other people come in and support you with that. A real difficulty in being I can't speak. So I can't even say the words able to accept help. So that to me shows how difficult it is for you guys to ask for help, to let people support you. So this is your inherited ancestral pain. You know, being that go-getter, knowing what you want, having that initiatory oomph to, like, you know what you want, you're gonna get it. But I keep feeling like there's this pattern of then the next thing, starting again, and maybe not fully getting to the end here and fully realising everything that you want to do, because there's always something else, or there comes a point where you do need help or you do need support to get to help you to completely make you feel satisfied, but there's just this real difficulty in letting people support you. So let's see how it's playing out in you just now. Okay, so this is interesting because this card also came up in pile number 1, but it was in the shadow, I think. So for you guys, for me, straight off the bat, there's almost like a fear of competition here. There's this need to want to be the best, seeing everything as a competition, which explains this difficulty in collaboration and allowing people to help, allowing people to support you. Enemy's too strong a word. I got in my head there, fear of the enemy, or thinking everybody is an enemy, or not, but that's not actually, I feel it's more like not as severe as that, but there is this sense that you don't want other people to get your ideas, you don't want other people involved in case, or to know in case they get there before you. There is this real sense of like the competition element of it. And again, I just want to actually go a bit deeper into this and pull one from the Marielle. I feel like there's a real I don't want to say urgency, but there's like this, I feel this excitement. It's like when I'm doing this reading here, it's like there's this eagerness, there's this, you know, real get up and go, and real, you can see that big vision. But this, it feels like this fear of letting other people help you. Yeah, so we have the world and the Empress, and I'm actually just going to need to strategically cover these, I think, because YouTube doesn't like nudity in the cards. So again, for me, there's like you've got this rush. You've got this rush to always complete everything and to get to the end. And it does feel like there's an element of always feeling like it's a competition with others around you, maybe in your chosen career, your family members, your friends. It's like wanting to get to the next level first and wanting it to be the best, and but you need to, there's a strong, I feel these cards are really connected here. There's a real sense of having you have so much creativity, and you really know what it is that you want to birth into the world all the time, and you know what you want to do next. But there's a real sense of needing to allow other people in, allowing other people to nurture and support you. It feels like it will be easier. It will be easier if you allow people to do this, allow people to help and support you, be open to collaboration, and coming to the realisation that not everything is a race, not everything, you know, there's a real rush to jump. Like the 10 is the end of the numerological cycle, the world's the end of the major arcana. And we've got 3 and 3. It's in order for you to grow and to get to that next level, you need to let people in. That's the long and short of it. You need to let people support you. You need to allow yourself to be helped. It's not all about doing everything on your own, because that can then start to feel lonely and alienate you from the people that you love and the people that you do care about. So let's see how the shadow, like what you've been pushing down in relation to this. And we have the wheel, and again it's another 10. There's a real essence with this card, sorry, I'll hold it up better. There's a real essence with this card of trying to control, trying to control the outcome of everything, and not letting yourself go with the flow. When you fall into, everything's cyclical, when you fall into those emotions or feelings, thoughts of where things maybe turn a little bit darker, or things don't turn out the way that you want them to, you're instantly going, right, what can I do? What can I do to change this? What can I do to fix this? Instead of sitting with it and actually realising why do you have those thoughts and feelings right now? What's actually in that shadow that's creating this repeating pattern of what's the next thing, what's the next thing. It feels like there's this constant go, 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 go. No time to rest. I have got stuff to do, things to achieve. it's about enjoying the journey and feeling all those different seasons in our life, all the different emotions, all the ups and downs. Nothing can ever stay sunny all the time. We have to go through. The human experience doesn't work like that. And I know you know that, I know we all know that. But take a step back, take a breath. Stop trying to control everything. Stop trying to do everything on your own. You need to let people in. You need to allow that nurture. You need to feel that support and let other people help you. And life will feel easier if you do that. It will feel easier. And let's have a look at how you can begin to transform all of this. From the wheel card, I would instantly say it's about making sure that you allow time for yourself to be present. Not worrying about the past, not constantly thinking about the future, not thinking about how you can do it better the next time or how you can win, how you can be the best. Stand in the middle of that wheel and pause. Let everything go on around you and just be present. Take a breath. Let all that excitement that I feel inside right now slow down for a moment. Slow down for a moment so that you can really feel into what's important for you in life and who you actually need in your life. When this card also came up in the first pile as well. Strange when that happens. So we have the Four of Bows and the Queen of Stones. The first thing that's coming up with the Queen of Stones here and this bear, for me, bears are it's really a strong protective energy. So the key out of some of this, or not some of it, how to begin, transforming this energy of constantly feeling like you can't let anyone else in, you've got to do everything yourself, you need to be the best, you need to get there first, is to stop being so defensive and so protective. Let protective of your wants, desires, ideas, what you want to do in the world, what you want to manifest into your world, not to maybe be so protective and defensive over it, and to let other people in. Allow that collaboration, allow that support, allow that help. And for me, the Four of Bows for you guys, the Four of Bows and celebration, that to me is about, again, allowing people in, but letting them into your world, allowing that. Don't constantly feel like you have to be on it and have to be going for something all the time. Celebrate all you've achieved already and let other people celebrate with you. Take a step back from the kind of competition energy and allow people in. See the good in people and see, yeah, not everyone's good, I appreciate that. not everyone has your best intentions at heart, but you know the people that do, and you know the people that could help you. That's about listening to your intuition and knowing when to ask for help and knowing the people that can help you and letting them help you. That's the big one. Let them help you. Let them into this, you know, this great idea, this world that you... I just got that song from The Greatest Showman in my head. A Million Dreams. That is you guys. A million dreams in your head, in your heart, in your spirit. But it's really about starting to let other people into those dreams. And again, that will allow for a richness, more of a richness to come through in your life. So finally, let's just, to wrap this up, we're going to draw an oracle card from the Wisdom of the Shadow deck. And this is a message or a gift that your ancestors want to offer you now. What they want you to know as you begin to work on this. And we have frustration. And this to me feels like you have the frustration of not ever quite, either not quite getting there, or not being what you thought at the end. You know, having all these achievements, starting all your projects, your dreams, your desires, your ambitions, starting them all, but almost like feeling frustrated when you get to the end because it's actually not what you thought. And in order to ease this frustration, there feels a need to dampen that fire down slightly, become a bit more grounded. Become a bit more grounded. Allow yourself to slow down and really let people in. Let people in. Yes, people can be frustrating at times. They can be a cause of frustration, but it feels like the frustration you feel is because you are going for all these things all the time and you're good at going for what you want, but it's like frustration and rushing to get there and then getting there and thinking, oh, this isn't how I thought this would be after completing this or after doing this. So it definitely feels a need to, become more grounded, be in the present, allow people in, let people help you. And take time to celebrate those achievements when you do them, without rushing straight back into the next thing and trying to get there as quickly as possible, get to the end as quickly as possible. So I hope this helps, and I wish you all the best wishes in the world to start to do this work. And until next time, see you later and all the best. Bye. Hi, pile number 3, and welcome to your reading. This is your reading if you were drawn to pile 3 and the Queen of Swords card here. So I'm just going to pop that there. Instantly with this card though, there's a real element of not speaking your truth that I feel coming through. But let's draw the tarot cards. So The first card we're going to draw is representing the ancestral pain. So this is the wound your lineage carries, the core story you've inherited, whether spoken or not. Okay. The second card is, oh, I feel like your cards are really jumping out, is how it lives in you. So that's how the ancestral wound plays out in your life, the way it whispers through your thoughts, patterns and relationships. And then the third card is representing the shadow. So this is the part of you that resists or hides from the pain. Okay, I feel like it's the two of those. You know, what you've pushed down or feared to feel. And the fourth card, my goodness, is the alchemy. So this is how you begin to transform it, path of healing, and you know what you can do to witness what we speak about here and begin to choose differently if you decide to. Okay, so let's start with the ancestral pain. So this is the wound. My goodness, this card has come out for every reading. That's interesting. All in different positions though. And I feel that I want to pull from the Marielle here. But again, what I feel really strongly with this card and with your significator card is it's almost like there's a little battle going on with speaking your truth, being scared to rock the boat and cause any conflict, cause an argument, or cause yourself to be judged. Yeah, so we've got the High Priestess and Justice that came out, and this is really speaking to you withholding that truth within you, keeping what you truly feel and want to say inside, almost like keeping it like a secret. The twos are about duality. So we've got like the dark and the light pillar here, and the High Priestess is about that middle path, that balance, as well as Justice. It's the balance that's coming through. You're trying to keep everything in balance, in the sense that you don't want to rock that boat. You're trying to keep everyone happy, and there's times when there's things that you want to say, there's things that you feel, and you're not. Again, it's just really about not speaking that truth. You know your truth. With the swords here, you know your truth. But you're basing your decisions and your communication and what you put out into the world. You're holding that back. You're holding that back, and it's all burning there within you. It's all burning there. I was starting to say like the twos are like about that duality, and either like a magnetism of coming together, or like an expulsion almost of things not able to, almost like the magnets the wrong way and you're getting that bouncing. So it's like conflict or connection, and you're leaning too much towards always having that connection and avoiding any conflict. And ironically, outwardly that creates balance, but within you there's that fire, and that that can turn into resentment and can turn into a silent rage within you, because you're keeping that within, you're keeping that secret, you're not letting that part of you show, or you're not letting that part of you out. And I don't necessarily mean rage as in you want to shout at everyone all the time. It's just because you're trying to keep balanced all the time, it can cause a resentment towards people around you, the people you care about, because you're not speaking your truth and you don't feel that you can be authentically you, because it's not, there's a feeling it's not safe to. And I've actually just done a podcast about the witch wound, which may apply here to you guys, that feeling of not being able to speak your truth because it's not safe. It's not safe to. Yeah, that feels right. There is an element of that coming through in your reading. So that might be worth something looking into, the witch wound. And how does it live with you at the moment? And we've got the Three of Bows, fulfillment. Sorry, I'll show this to you guys. And for me, this is showing what maybe some would call the reverse side, and it's actually not feeling fulfilled. We've got the two snakes or serpents here intertwining, and again, this is really making me think really strongly of balance again, and trying to keep that balance. Rather than you speaking your truth, feeling safe to be authentically you, and just being able to be your true self, there's a holding back of actually doing and speaking and being who you actually truly want to be. And whether you realise that or not yet, perhaps maybe you've had little outbursts of rage or anger, or maybe snapped at people, or felt a bit of resentment where it's made you think, oh, where's that coming from? Maybe you felt a hint of that, maybe you haven't yet, but I would have a think about all this and think, do you actually feel truly fulfilled? Or are you just trying to keep that balance too much? Playing small, keeping safe, fear to step forward and be what you want to be, say what you actually want to say, feel safe to put your opinion across, even if it's different to other people that you're speaking to. So let's look at the shadow now, so the part that you've been pushing down. So we've got the Three of Stones, creativity, and the Seven of Stones, healing. So again, we've got another three here. I feel like you have felt this stirring in you, because we've got like 5, 3, 7. It's like the active the active energy of the tarot. So I think you've felt this stirring. Maybe just started to or been feeling it for a while. Whilst here with the shadow, this to me is actually speaking to shadow work in general. The shadow is where creativity comes from. The shadow doesn't speak, it's not our conscious mind, it doesn't speak in the language of words, it speaks in symbols and images. And by allowing yourself to delve into why you're trying to always keep the peace, keep everything balanced, keeping that truth in your authentic true self inside rather than letting the world see it, that is shadow work. By delving into that, and by delving into that, it does allow healing. It's a slow process, but it feels like you're pushing down that creativity, and by pushing down, pushing down your creativity, pushing down how you truly want to express yourself, whether that be through artwork, writing, or just the way you communicate. And I don't mean just the way as in to say that's lesser than, they're all equally as important in my opinion. There's like a stifling of your growth. There's a stifling of your growth at the moment because you're not allowing that creativity in. You're pushing it down. You're not allowing yourself to grow. Just with the greenery here, the roots growing down in the Three of Stones, there's definitely work in the shadow that has to be looked at. Why do you feel that you can't actually be authentically you, and why do you feel that you can't speak your truth? And what I feel like is there is a fear around it. That might not be true for all of you. And I know some people are in the situation where they can't speak their truth because it really isn't safe to. And perhaps the way out of that is to find another expression for it through the language of images and symbols, art, music. I just feel a real urge about expression and letting your true self shine. Sorry, someone came to the door there. So lastly, let's look at the alchemy. So how can you begin to transform this energy? And this card has also come out as well in every single reading. Again in different positions, although I think it was the same position in pile 2. Let me pull, I'm going to just also pull another one from the Marielle Tarot for this. What I'm feeling from drawing this card initially though is start speaking your truth or expressing yourself more authentically with people or situations where it's safe, it's more safe to do so, like it's more comfortable, like, you know, the people that really love and support you and care about you, I would say start to do it with them first, and by consciously doing that, it means that you won't have any of this any rage or any frustration or resentment or anything coming out in the wrong way. Do it with the people and in the environments and where you do get a feeling that it might be okay to start doing that. Again, whether that's expressing yourself, like, you know, in an artistic, musical, creative way, like start to do things like that. And I think, and then you can see people's reactions, and I feel with this card coming out, it's going to show you that it's not going to be what you think. It's not going to be that fearful bad experience that you think. It's not going to disrupt the balance so much that it's going to create a massive problem, because you're going to be doing it in a healthy and aware, self-aware way, not letting it pop out, because eventually this stuff comes out in one form or another. Yeah, and we've got sorry, that's glary, the Death card. This is about letting these old stories that you've been telling yourself go. To me, this is an ancestor for you guys coming really strongly coming through in a visual form. Like, they're asking you, it's time to acknowledge these old stories and lay them to rest. Be this person that you truly are inside and express yourself in that way. Allow the newness and allow that next stage of your life to come through by letting go of all these old stories. And again, that's not easy. Start with where you feel safe to do so, and with the people you trust and with the people you love. But it's ultimately, it's the right time for you to start to do this, for you to start to think about this, even by delving into the shadow work here that's highlighted by these cards. You know, let yourself start to heal. And this all takes time. It's all, you know, it's a spiral, it's cyclical, it's like dipping in and out when you feel ready. And again, just little steps again, you know, but work on letting that creativity come out, letting that expression come out, letting your authentic true self come out, and let go of these old stories. And you'll feel the benefit of that. So just to wrap up this reading, I'm just going to pull a card from the Wisdom of the Shadow deck. And this is what your ancestors really want you to know at this time. Oh my goodness, look, truth. I don't even know if I need to say anything about that. It's time. It's time to stop keeping the real you a secret. Look into your heart. Witness and feel any pain or fear that comes up. And offer it love. Offer it love. Shadow work's always about not trying to get rid of or banish the shadow. It's about integrating it and showing it love. Letting that part of yourself know that it's okay to be there. Let that fire, that passion, that desire out. Let your creativity show. You'll still be loved if you do this. But it's really, really time for you to step into your truth. So I hope this helps, and I wish you all the best and so much love. If you decide to take the guidance and start working on some of this stuff, I really wish you all the best. And until next time, bye. Thank you for walking this path with me today, for listening to the echoes, and for holding space for the ache that isn't always yours but lives in you all the same. And remember, the work you do in your heart echoes through your lineage. It softens what was and strengthens what will be. If this reading spoke to you, I invite you to join me at the Shadow Hearth, my Substack newsletter where I share stories, tarot reflections and ancestral threads that don't fit into small squares or fast scrolls. And if you feel called to go deeper to explore your own shadow story, I offer one-to-one tarot readings that honour the unseen and hold space for you. So until next time, tend the fire, trust the dark, and know that you are never walking alone. Bye.